Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. So what are we covering today? So it's actually a request we've had on Facebook for a new video, which is how to remove the chrome rings on the first gen mini headlight. So it doesn't matter whether you've got xenons, halogens, pre-facelift, post-facelift. The rings are attached to the headlights the same on the first generation of the new mini. So what we'll show you how to do is how to remove your headlights from the car, which is really simple. It's just a couple of bolts and unplug a connector so that you can get them off the car, flip them over, and you're able to then see how to unclip them. So we'll go through that now. Okay, so when it comes to removing your headlight, you go underneath the bonnet and you'll see we have a clip here. So this, all you do is squeeze on the back, pull that off. So let's show you that. You can see there, what you've got to do is depress that, then pull down, and that comes off. So that's the electrics now disconnected. And what you'll need to do is, depending on whether you've got halogens or xenons, you need to get this bolt here undone, and that's the only thing that's really holding the headlight in place, is that bolt. So to get to that, you can either use a spanner and undo that from there, or you can undo this screw here and this screw here. This whole bit flops down and we'll get that off. So let's show you taking that off now. Okay, see this bolt here? We're going to use a T20 Torxbit to get that undone. So let's get that undone first. Let me just put my light down so that doesn't drop. Make sure you don't drop that screw into the engine bay. Take that out. That's one. Then if we bring the camera around, you can see we've got another one just there. I'm going to undo that now. Okay, so let's get that second one undone. That's the second screw undone, and this lifts off. And now what you'll see is there's actually a bolt here. We'll just get a socket and get that undone. Okay, so we're going to use an 8mm socket just on that bolt there. That's off. Okay, and then underneath at the back of the light here, there's two more bolts holding it on, so I'm going to drop the camera underneath so you can see me undoing those as well. Okay, so under here you can see there's one bolt there, one bolt there. Again, the same 8mm socket bit is all you need. And let's get those undone. That last bit off by hand, just so you don't lose it in the engine bay. That's one off. Then we've got a second one this side. So again, we'll finish that off by hand so we don't drop it in the engine bay. Front. And your light assembly, put your hand on the back, push forward, that lifts it off. You just lift up through the hole. That's your light removed. Okay, one question you might have around the washer jet. So the xenon washer jet is just clipped on. It's a pinch clip. And so all you need to do, what I'd say, is take a screwdriver and hook it through there just to hold that out. And it's a little tricky to show on camera, but when you see it in person, there is a little clip here. And you have to remember these lights are getting older and older, so the plastics get a bit more brittle. You just have to be careful. Push one side and lift it away. Then flip that over. push in the other side as well, and that comes off. So you see we haven't damaged this at all, so that's still in place. And then if we get a close up on that washer jet, and what we'll do actually, let's show you one that we have spare. So if you can see here, there's a push-in clip that side and a push-in clip, and all that does, you see there, when you push that on, they hook over that bit of plastic. So that's what you do to remove those as well. So if you're painting your chrome rings, you'll need to remove this as well so that you can get that painted. Okay, so if you take a look at the headlight itself, so this is the lower half, this is the top half. If we flip it over, on the lower half, you can see 1, 2, 3 clips, and they're the clips that you need to sort of basically lever off to remove the headlight ring. So if we go to the back of the light, you can see there and there, those are like slide on hooks, so we don't need to touch the top half of the light. It's the lower half or the front portion of the light that we actually have to unclip. Okay, so we have 1, 2 and a third clip here, just as described. What we need to do, pop the screwdriver in and pop down on that. So that's that one done. Now let's look at this one. So again, put your little screwdriver in and pull away. And what you need to do is sort of put your finger in between the light and the ring underneath here and keep that down just to stop your clips popping back into place. So come to your, it's a little tricky, hold on, let's turn that round. You can see you've got right here the third and final clip. So if I keep my finger in between the light and the ring, pull down, and all I'm doing is pushing up. That's 3 clips off. See, we've now got the 3 clips undone. So there's now a bit of movement. Flip it over. And push away. So what did we do? It was clipped on, and we just push towards the top of the light, the rear of the light, and just push up that way, and that will come off. So if we look at the back, this is the bottom, right? You can see that's the one clip we undid, another clip we undid there, and the third clip there. Then it's just at the top of the light, hooked on here and here. And the reason why it was a little bit tricky to get it off is, you can see we've got these sticky tabs around the light ring. They're what sort of hold it in place and lock it in place, as well as the clips. So when the first time you remove this light ring, they may be a bit stubborn, and that's why it was a little bit tricky and sprang off a little bit of a surprise when I was trying to pull that off the light. Okay, to refit the light ring, it's pretty simple. So you've got the 2 hooks at the top edge. Well, it's actually 3, 1, 2, 3. Then you have the 3 clips on the lower edge. Now you can, if you want to, replace these sticky tabs. Mine are quite sticky, so there's no real need to do so. So it's simply a case of take your hooks and hook them over the top edge, and then you should be able to just clip the lower half in place. You should find that's it in. So your 1, 2, 3 clips are all in place, and the top half is hooked on. Okay, so our final step, once we've fitted the light ring, is to refit the washer jet cover. What you do, pull this out by hand, and it couldn't be any simpler. Pop this in, clip, and it's in place. You can see that's now your headlight back together, your ring back on, your washer jet cover back on. You may have removed that because you wanted to paint it, or if this is damaged and you just want to refit a new chrome one. Whatever you need to do, that's the process for doing it. Okay, to refit your light, slot it back in through the hole in the bonnet. Being careful to line up here and here at the back of the light. So those two threads need to pop through those two holes, and then you also have the thread at the front, so let's just pop them through. There you go, 1, 2. Then we have this third thread here that's come through this hole in the underside of the bonnet. Okay, so now we need to get those bolts done back up. So remember your 8mm socket, do them finger tight first. Push that off with the socket to get it tight. Then we'll come to the front and do the front bolt. Okay, so we can do this bolt up here. Do it by hand first. Reduce the risk of cross threading. You can see that there, hopefully. Get that done up finger tight. Before going in. With your 8mm socket just to tighten that up. That's that on. Okay, so the next step is to fit the xenon ballast. So that's this part here. You notice there's a little pin on top, and you just put that into that locator. Yours may be hinged, mine the hinge I think is broken off, so all you do, put your screw back in on this side, do it finger tight first, before doing up with your T20. So that's that screw in. Then just like on removal, take your second screw, and that goes in just on this side. Let's do it by hand first. And do that up. So that'll obviously, that's obvious from when you took that off where that screw goes. Okay. Make sure we just get that cover back on and lock that in place. So that's all attached. Your two screws either side are done. Bolts done on the front and the back to hold your lights in. Clip that in place. And that's your headlight refitted. Okay, so thank you for watching today's video. Hopefully you found it really useful. If you've got any future video ideas in terms of the R53 or F56, post it down below. If you haven't already, please hit that like button on the video, that really helps the channel. And also if you want notifications, hit the notification and subscription buttons below. So you've got the big red subscription button and then the notification bell next to it. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next video. Thread bit, and there's actually little holes on the